Hello. This is our time together, our lunchtime together with God. So that's the name of our little program, Our Time Together. I want to talk to you about things that are going on in our country, but with an answer. An answer. What is the answer for everything that is going on? It's tearing the nation apart, you know. But what it's really doing is tearing people apart. But we kind of sling it out to the nation, but it's the people are being torn apart. Brother against brother, you know, hatred. And of course, everybody's right. Before we get into this powerful answer, my wife is going to address a couple of things, okay?
Yes. If you want to go online to my father's house, Las Vegas Facebook, you'll see a button that says Shop Now. And you press that and you can donate to the work of the Lord through that way. Or you can go to mfhlv.com and you'll also see another area where it says Give Online. And you can click on that to give into the work of the Lord, because we are continuing to do a lot of awesome things here in Las Vegas in our community. And we're also helping India. So that's part of our ministry also.
Honey, tell them what happened 4 days ago.
About the young boy?
Yeah, and
Okay.
I just talked to Pastor Jose in India
Okay, so
yesterday.
our Pastor Jose spoke with Pastor Jose in India. There was a 14-year-old boy that was kidnapped, and because he proclaimed Jesus, and about 4 days ago they found his body. They found his body in a ditch, and when they found his body in the ditch, they showed, you know, that he had died for Christ.
Yeah, I spoke to Pastor Jose in India. It's funny, huh? A guy from India named Jose, that shocked me too. But I spoke to him last night, and 4 days ago, that young man was, brutally murdered just because he's a Christian. He was kidnapped, and they brutally murdered him because he was a Christian. That's some of the stuff that we support, you know, overseas. If you'd like to go on our website, that's mfhlv.com, and you know, you can tap into all of our resources for free. It doesn't cost you a penny. You want to download anything, it's like a library of, you know, what to do in times of need, you know, whatever you're going through. There's even stuff in there, what to do when everything's going perfect. You know, that's a very important time to know what to do when everything's going just fine. But anyway, I spoke with Pastor Joe's, and it broke my heart. This young man's 14 years old, but he died like a man. He died like a man of God. It's incredible how you cannot stop the power of love. I used to think love was all kinds of things, but I learned something while I was being mentored for the ministry, and I was told this, that a man has nothing to live for until he has something to die for. A meaning in his life that he would give his life for. Something good, of course. All right, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to talk about America, Stop the Plague of Unforgiveness Now. Now, I happen to know a little bit about forgiveness and unforgiveness because of all the garbage I went through as a child. I had to forgive the people that murdered my stepdad. My stepdad was, I was real close to him. He was just, hey, this is what a man should be, and I want to be just like him. And he was brutally murdered. I had to forgive the people. You know, I had such a hatred toward the people that did that. You know, I joined the United States Marine Corps when I was a young man, and no one knew that the reason I joined the Marine Corps was because I wanted an excuse to be able to go kill communists. So I figured out, you know, they took him away from me when I was 8 and a half, and I said, one day I'm going to be a big boy, and I'm going to get my revenge. So I joined the Marine Corps. Of course, I couldn't tell anybody, you know, that I joined just so I could kill communists, but I know what it is to forgive, you know, to forgive. I have had to forgive for so many things. You know, I've had to forgive God. I blame God, you know, for my dad being taken away from me. And I've had to forgive God. Yeah, we're talking for real here. You know what I'm talking about. I've had to forgive. And to tell you the truth, I think God was really happy when I forgave him, because we were able to, you know, start a relationship, and he wanted that all along. But I know this is the difference, Ben. Some people might think I'm sacrilege. You know, this is blasphemy, but I'm just telling you the truth. You know, I forgave God. Mm-hmm. And everything jumped in its right perspective. So here we go. America stopped the plague of unforgiveness now. Luke 11:4. I want you to catch this. Okay? Because this group of people called communists killed, you know, murdered my stepdad, I had to murder them. You know what I call that? A plague. You become just like your enemy. Did you get that? I'm not talking about defending somebody that cannot defend themselves. You get where I'm coming from? Like some old lady. I was watching the news. Yeah, I think she was what, 92 or 99? 92. And this guy in his 20s just went and grabbed her head and just, this was yesterday, on the ground. Because of the unforgiveness and the hate. This happened here in America. Come on now, a guy in his 20s is not supposed to be grabbing a 92-year-old woman as she was walking by with her little shopping cart, you know, to help her balance. He pushes her, it was on the street, and her head hit the fire hydrant.
It's okay.
You know what she did for a living before she retired? She was a school teacher. Now, that's not right.
No.
But it's unforgiveness and hatred. That's what it is. So, America stopped the plague of unforgiveness now. Jesus said, and forgive us our debts, that's Luke 11:4, and forgive us our sins, for we have also forgiven everyone that is indebted to us. Notice how Jesus put that in there, indebted to us. You want to know what that means? They're in debt to us. They owe me. They owe me some skin, some flesh. They owe me some misery. They need to suffer. They owe me. Notice how he changes that? Because he really knows us, huh? He knows me, I know that. Okay? Also forgive everyone that is indebted unto us. They owe us. And lead us not into temptation. Why does that come immediately after? You want to know why? Because unforgiveness will take us into temptation. A bad temptation. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. You want to be delivered from evil? You know the evil that's hitting America right now? The Civil War. It's the evil of unforgiveness. Listen, everybody has a reason to hate somebody. Trust me, I had a PhD in it. You know, and forgive us our debts, we forgive our debtors. I used to have a bumper sticker, and I used to have it on my car, and guess who used to tear it up? Christians. Because they didn't understand. I've always been controversial. And this is what the sticker said. And lead us not into temptation, for we can find it all by ourselves. And lead us not into temptation, because we can find it all by ourselves. We're good at that. You know, I know.
That's funny.
But he says, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. More evil comes from unforgiveness, and we don't even realize it, that we can imagine. That we can imagine. Ephesians 4:32. I'm talking about me, not you, you know. I can talk about me. Ephesians 4:32. And be ye kind one toward another, tender-hearted, forgiving one another, even as God, for Christ's sake, hath forgiven you. You know the Father forgave you for Jesus' sake? So the virus spreads. Jesus forgives, and God the Father forgives us. You got it? This is how we spread the virus, a good virus. And be ye kind one toward another, tender-hearted, forgiving one another, even as God, for Christ's sake, hath forgiven us. So he did it for what? Christ's sake. Do you know that what Jesus did on the cross affected the Father? Wow. Next verse, 2 Corinthians 2:10. I'm not preaching, we're just talking.
That's right.
We're talking about God, you know, and us. 2 Corinthians 2:10. To whom ye forgive anything. This is the Apostle Paul. And he's writing to the church of Corinthians. And he says, to whom ye forgive anything, I forgive also. Do you see the plague being spread?
Forgiveness.
Jesus forgave us, which caused a reaction for God the Father to forgive us. Got it? Paul says, to whoever you forgive, I forgive also. You know what's really sad? When I've had friends of mine, brothers of mine, that were Christians and non-Christians, when I forgive somebody and they don't, and they still hold on to it, that grieves me. You know, often the word that I use is, man, why don't you know, just cut them some slack. You know, just cut them some slack.
Cut him some forgiveness.
What did you say? Cut them some forgiveness? To whom ye forgive anything, I forgive also. Wow. It spreads. This is what we need.
Yes, forgiveness.
We don't need races against one another. You know, it's gotten so bad that it doesn't matter what color you are. If you wear a blue uniform, you're no good. To some, not everybody. And then you have all the jerk protesters, you know, classify them all as a bunch of freaks. But you have some good protesters. They're not violent, they're not this, they're just saying, hey, you know what? But they're doing it the right way. They're not looters, you know, they're not somebody that has an excuse to go rob, steal stuff. How do you tie that into stealing from some man or woman's store that didn't have anything to do with what happened? How you steal from them, and that makes you a good protester. I don't understand that. I know. If you're one of those guys, you're probably angry with me, but you have the plague, and I'm giving you the vaccination.
Yeah, the antidote. Yeah.
The antidote. Yeah.
Forgiveness.
I forgive also. For if I forgive anything to whom I forgave it, for your sakes, forgive I it. You know what Paul is saying? And if you forgive somebody, I'm going to forgive them. And if I forgive somebody, you need to forgive them too. This is the answer to all the garbage that's going on right now. Right now. Because all it does is try to get the people that aren't haters to get them to hate the looter because they broke into my store, to hate the cop even though that cop didn't do anything. You get where I'm coming from? All right. Whew. For if I forgive anything to whom I forgive it, for your sake forgive I it. How do we do this? Here's the answer. In the person of Christ. For your sake I forgive. For your sake forgive I it in the person of Christ. In the personality of Christ. Christ's personality is a virus. That's the answer. Paul said, I can forgive them in the person of what? Christ. In the personality of Christ. The personality of Jesus is forgiveness. And trust me, sometimes I really have to beg God to give me that personality. You get where I'm coming from? Yeah. You know what I'm talking about. All right. So, in the personality of Christ, we can do all things. The Bible also says, I can do all things through Christ, through Jesus, who strengthens me. And he has given me the strength many times not to freak out on people. Got it? And I'm sure he's given people the grace not to take me out. All right?
Will we share in Clinton or tomorrow?
Yeah, we'll share that. I can share it tomorrow.
Okay.
I want to keep these short.
Yes.
God bless you guys. If you want any of our resources for free, you can download stuff, you name it. You can go to mfh.com LV. Got it? Excuse me, I blew it. mfhlv.com. mfhlv.com. God bless you guys. And we'll see you tomorrow.
Yes.